Hey YouTube, this is Matt. Hey, I'm here in my shop. This is my home shop. I have actually been working on this shop for about 2 years. Some of the stuff that I put into it. Um, um, so first off, I'm actually trying to start my own machine shop. That's my pretty much goal in life, is to be a business owner, basically. All right, so this is a small tour of my shop so far. Okay, so first off, this is my Bridgeport style Boss 3 CNC mill that I have got out of the junkyard several years ago, and it was originally retrofitted by Bridgeport to be a CNC mill. It is currently under reconstruction again because I'm now adding the two new motors. Sorry for the clamp, but that's all I got. Currently adding these new motors. These are NEMA 42 stepper motors. I already have one on the Z-axis. This thing has been completely retrofitted with a Masso CNC controller that is still underway. I have all these wires just for testing and whatnot. But so far, this is what I have. This is all built by me, sourced by mainly eBay, and a few parts out of machines that I have scoured through work and just, parts that I had laying around. It does work. It is not under power right now, just so I can change the motors out. The original motors were the old, I believe they're Sigma series steppers. They were, I believe they were like 1100 ounce inch NEMA 42s. They were fine for, piddling around, but until I started actively trying to make parts that were precise, they ended up being pretty bad. Starting off, I have my turntable shop music. This is an Allegro Wedge that is actually my grandfather's. I got it several years ago, and it is a beast of a shop stereo. I have my 3 height gauges. I got those from work in a bidding auction that I actually won a whole lot of metrology tools out of. Next is I have my Orbit drill press. Thank you, Dad. He actually gave this to me once he got his probably 2 or 3 times larger Powermatic. So appreciate it. This is one of 2 toolboxes that I have. Coming over here, I have my 60-gallon air compressor. It was originally just the tank, and we found this M-Glow single pump, and it's missing the cover. But it runs off 220, and I have it wired up for just you flick the switch, turns on, and it runs through my water separator. And coming over here, this is actually a punch press machine that I got from work. Paid a whole $50 for it. So that's basically the machine. So it's got an air piston cylinder here and in here when you add pressure to it. This is just some parts for it. This part lifts up. You have a die. And then when you hit the buttons, you'll punch it out. All right, going over here, this is my Everlast 256 SI multi-process machine. It does TIG, stick, and plasma cutter. It has a 60 amp plasma cutter built into it, and it'll go up to 250 DC and AC TIG. and it will go to 200, I believe, on stick. All right, and here I have my, this is a Precision Granite Company. I believe this is a 18 by 24, maybe? I don't know what it is. Granite plate. I've got a few metrology pieces on it, depth gauge, plunge indicator, test indicator, and this guy right here is actually my Brown and Sharp digital height indicator that I got from work. It had to have a few repairs, but we actually got it to work. So it does work. A video on that later. Here's my father's bubble level for leveling the mill whenever I get around to doing it. And this is my workbench. Some things I've been working on here recently. Got some parts for the mower. This is a bunch of wiring and stuff I have for the controller that I'm building to get rid of the stand and this guy right here. I'm going to build a controller for it. I'm actually working on it. Right now I'm working on this is a taper lock. I'm having to cut a keyway in it by hand. That's the only way I have to do it right now. NMTB 30 quick change tooling I have for the mill. This is like a Kennametal holder. This one holds a DA 180, I believe, call it, and I just put a drill chuck in it. This is a Valinite 3/4 inch, and it has a long reach carbide for doing side profiling. 5/16 collet end mill holder. So actually I'll show you how it works. So in the old days we didn't have tool changers on these things, so this actually has a spindle nut that you can rotate. So the tool holder has these dogs on it. Well, they match up with two dogs on the inside. You put that in, and then this twists like that. And then you have a wrench. This is a spanner wrench that goes to the little lugs on the inside, and you actually, when you turn it, with the spindle brake on up there, it'll actually tighten the tool holder into the spindle, and it doesn't want to come out. And then it just pops out, just like that. So that's how it works. So far, I don't have a lathe. I will have one coming soon. That is so far my machine shop. This is just junk. Hopefully I can get this stuff out of my garage eventually. So yeah, so that's the home shop so far. I've been working on trying to source material through suppliers just to be able to, you know, piddle around and trying to figure out what I'm actually going to make on this thing. I want to make some products, but I also like doing job shop stuff. So that's always been a fun endeavor for me. Yeah, so there's a lot going on that I've done with this machine, and I'll have to make another video about all the stuff all the internal that's going on with it. I'll make a video about the coolant. I did a coolant pump. I built the enclosure. I've got lots of pictures of it being tore down, rebuilt. Several months of work on this thing. So yeah, that's basically it. Hope y'all have a fantastic day.